Hello, good morning, and welcome to another bright, very sunny day in Melbourne. We are going to catch Malaysia Airlines to Kuala Lumpur. Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur. We are flying with Malaysian Airlines A330neo, and that is a brand new aircraft. And this is going to be another in-flight vlog. We are flying from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur with Malaysia Airlines, and then from Kuala Lumpur we're going to Colombo, Sri Lanka. So this is going to be a fantastic series on Sri Lanka, and also this is the first time we will be flying with Malaysia Airlines. So I hope it is going to be fantastic. So please stay tuned and watch this in-flight vlog while we share this amazing experience with you. Last night we stayed at Best Western Motel near Tullamarine Airport, and this morning we had full British breakfast before we catch our flight with Malaysia Airlines flying to Kuala Lumpur. Hello, we just had our check-in with Malaysia Airlines, and that was perfect. That was just smooth. It took like 2 minutes, and that was really amazing. It was a good start of the day with check-in when it's faster. So let's join us and we continue our experience with Malaysia Airlines for the first time, flying from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur. It will be a day flight, so it will be like no sleeping, total vlogging. Finally, we have got our immigration done. So check-in was very smooth. Immigration is always extremely smooth at Melbourne Airport. And so we are at these duty-free shops, and so we'll walk through before going to the gate. Melbourne Airport is very nice, very nice. Recently we have been flying from Sydney for last couple of times. This is just grand. It's looking very, very gorgeous. On our way to the gate 14, we have like 50 different pandas, and that's really nice. Different variety of pandas, panda work, and very colorful pandas. This is a Star Wars panda. We have been waiting for this moment, and we had like 3 times they change the gate. Now we are settled at gate number 14, and look at this Malaysian Airlines aircraft A330 getting pushed and pulled to the gate 14. Finally, we completed our boarding process and we are going on board MH148 from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur this afternoon. It's getting a bit warmer in Melbourne, and I think the weather is training us, because in Sri Lanka and in Malaysia it's going to be like 35-40 range in April. So we are getting on board MH148. So this configuration is fantastic. These are the 2 seats that we have got. First impression is really good because this aircraft is a brand new one, which should be very good. So this is 37K and H. These are the 2 seats that we are going to fly for next 9 hours. We are on board and we are kind of settled on MH148. And as I mentioned, first impression, this is a brand new aircraft. Everything is glittering and shiny, very clean, very good impression. So first of all, look at this size of the screens. They're just brilliant, and leg space, as you can see, it is quite spacious. Actually, this is very similar to the aircraft that we had from Sydney to Bangalore on QF67, but these screens are just fantastic. I think these screens are actually even better than the Emirates flights that we flown quite a few times. And yeah, definitely. So we have got this jack for the headphones, but very interestingly we have 2 USB type, USB-C and USB-B. So both way you can charge your devices. I've got my cables ready to charge because I'm going to vlog all the way through. So it's going to be fantastic.
A lot of space here.
Yes, a lot of space, and you can keep a lot of things here, parts and stuff like that. There is a cup holder and the tray. If I open the tray is also moving and very nice, spacious. And there is a section as well, you can charge your phone and you can keep the phone here. So that's actually a very nice holding compartment that can keep your phone and chargers and all the microphones very nicely tight, because it's very tight, so very good. And look at the wing. This is MH148 Malaysian Airlines. Now we will be going through our screen and MH Studio. You see, this name is very nice. It's called MH Studio, the infotainment system. As we have been speaking and I'm going through the infotainment system, we already started. Look at the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage.
So welcome on board 37K, and so let's go into the standard mode. And it has got movies, audio, obviously music, TV shows, but where is my map? I think this is the map. View map. Oh, it's actually 7 hours and 25 minutes. So it's not too long. I was thinking it's going to be approximately 9 hours, but it's actually less than that. So let's go to the view map and find out what options are there. Wow, this is a very nice screen, and look at this is just as good as Google Map. Fantastic. So we are starting from Melbourne. This is a touch screen. This is probably the best screen I ever actually experienced on board any aircraft. Even compared to A380, Emirates A380, this is just a different level, different generation of screens. So this is where we are at the moment, Melbourne, and we are flying to Kuala Lumpur. Wow, this is fantastic. Wow, I'm really impressed, really impressed. This is a brand new aircraft and everything is so modern. I'm just loving it so far. Because the screen is just fantastic on a different level. So that makes me very happy. This is going to be a very nice vlog. At the moment it's 1:38 p.m. as we are leaving Melbourne, and at the moment Kuala Lumpur is 11:38. There is a fantastic feature. You can actually switch between different displays. So this is the current one, the follow plane path, and so we are almost getting ready to fly. And there is another mode with night view. Okay, so there will be another mode which is the night view one. Wow, this is a different scale, different level. Wow. Let me show you the aircraft mode, and wow, and look at this. I can just rotate and show you the actual aircraft. Wow, this is just fantastic. Wow, it's getting ready to fly. What a fantastic infotainment system they have. Brilliant. Storage is so beautifully designed. I could keep so many things. I've got my hat, I've got my goggles, water bottle, chargers, everything is in one place. Very nice, very nicely designed, very sleek designed. And they have given a pillow, and I'm not using it, but they have given a duvet as well. And look at these seats, they're very nice. They're brand new seats, and I can fold, and it almost becomes a very firm, very comfortable support for your neck. This is really good. And the flight is only 7 hours and 25 minutes, so it's not too long. You can easily fly on this aircraft for 12 hours. It's actually much better than the Qantas flight that we had from Sydney to Bangalore. Finished our taxiing and we are getting speed. We are ready to fly. That was a very, very nice, smooth takeoff. Daytime flights is very good for vlogging because you can see outside and it's going to be always very, very entertaining. Look at this country, Victoria. I think there is a open cut mine. Yes. Wow. Fantastic. The view of an open cut mine. As soon as we started, there are some bumpy rides because whenever you fly from Melbourne in the afternoon, you always get these sudden winds and that makes you sometimes very uncomfortable. So at the moment we are just climbing and getting settled and we are getting odd winds. I always enjoy this vastness of Australian countryside, proper outback. Wow, there is a control barn happening. It's coming next to us. We're flying over it. This is exciting, making the content very, very enjoyable. The farmers are burning something. Wow, I think they are burning their haze. One thing I should say that the QF67 from Sydney to Bangalore, similar aircraft, but we had a footrest. But here, as you can see, there is no footrest, so that's one down. I think if there is a footrest, it could have been a much better situation. But it's only 7.5 hours flight, so it's not even that long, so it doesn't really matter. And it's a daytime flight, so I'm really enjoying it. Footrest or not, this is fantastic. First time with Malaysia Airlines, awesome. So it says the total route distance is 6,308 kilometer. An estimated time of arrival at the destination is 7:29. So in the evening. So it's going to be arriving at a very decent time. And I was keeping the best feature for the last because on this aircraft we have complimentary free Wi-Fi all the way to Kuala Lumpur. So this is just fantastic. I've just connected to Wi-Fi and that was pretty easy. You just need to open MH Connect and there is a URL link. You need to copy by pressing the button and then put it into your browser like Google Chrome. And then it will give you some instruction like a couple of steps and then you connect to MH Connect and you have got free Wi-Fi, so that is just fantastic. One thing I should say that the toilet was very small. It was very, very crampy, but it was brand new. Everything was shiny and very clean, but it was too small actually. I was getting difficulty sitting and getting up, so it is very small, but yeah, no complaints. Food entertainment has already started, so it's like 40 minutes into the flight and we have been given some salted peanuts. Look at these legs. They're stunning, isn't it? Very cinematic. Beautiful. And with the peanuts, we have been given a glass of apple juice. So that's a very nice touch. Very refreshing. It's also very impressive about this 3D display. There's one thing you should notice, that these maps are actually matching the reality that we are watching outside the window. Can you see that matching? It's exactly as we are flying. So this is not some sort of mock-up maps. This is just fantastic. This is the reality that we are flying through, and you can see on the map exactly the same landmarks as on the ground. And look at this river system. This is our mighty Mari River. actually flying over South Australia, flying very close through Wickery, and this is Mighty Murray River. Let me show you a bit more features of this infotainment system called MH Studio. So this is the world view that we are watching, and the distance says it's 5,746 kilometers to go. So if you go in this area, left window, so this is the left window view, because we are sitting on the right hand side of the aircraft, so they are giving us the option to watch through the left window. So this is just fantastic. So you just don't miss anything, you watch the reality of the right hand side and you watch the left hand side in virtual reality. And so then look at these. This is cockpit. This is the cockpit mode. Wow. So this is the pilot's view. So they are flying this aircraft with this information desk. At the moment it's 475 knots. That's 878 kilometers per hour and 546 miles per hour. And the altitude is 35,920 feet. So that's 10,947 meters. Wow. This is fantastic, isn't it? So let's go back to other options. And yeah, you can also watch through the right window. So this is Melbourne. We have just flown about 607 kilometers from Melbourne, and that's the Kuala Lumpur, another 5,720 kilometers to go. And so if I go to follow plane, so that's basically the view that's of the flight path, and that's really interesting because this is like very realistic 3D display. Even the aircraft has got a shadow on the ground, and that's been displayed. So that's very, very nice. Very impressive, very impressive. I'm really loving this. And so if I look at the aircraft at the moment, it's exactly as I mentioned. We are flying through Wickery, and this is the aircraft. Wow. This is like a video game. You can just spend the whole 7 hours by just playing with this map infotainment system. We have been reading the magazine, and it says that Malaysia Airlines has got two A330neo. So they have two A330neo. So they fly to Melbourne and Auckland. As I normally do, I go through every item: seat, footrest, toilet, and also the headphones. These headphones are very basic standard headphones, but I just tried them and they're doing a pretty good job when doing noise cancellation in this very noisy environment. So I'm impressed. And also they just announced that in half an hour time they're going to serve lunch. I actually didn't book any special lunch for this flight. Dorunima has got something with chicken pre-booked, so they're going to serve this pretty soon, I think. And we are at the moment flying over Roxby towns. So this is a very, very spectacular part of the world. You can see that. This is just fantastic. And if I go down, this is the reality. Wow, I'm really impressed. This map is making my journey so much happier. While I'm enjoying the infotainment system, the 3D map, I'm also looking at the outside and capturing the fantastic natural beauty of Australia. This is just amazing, and all the footages that I'm capturing, I'm keeping as part of this video. And this is probably the best capture that I ever had while flying over Australia. It's bright, sunny day, very clear day, and the captures are just awesome. The Lake Creek and all those reaches are just fantastic. Coober Pedy. That's actually a very famous location in Australian context because Coober Pedy is famous for opal mines and the whole city is mostly underground. Can you believe that? If you want to know more information about Coober Pedy, Google it and you'll find a lot of information on Wikipedia. And we are actually passing through this Coober Pedy. They have just started offering lunch, so lunch will be served very soon, and that will be a mini food vlog. And one of the interesting feature of this image studio is that whenever you are flying over a very spectacular location or site that you really want to know some information about, we can get it from here. So if you go into this flyover, that's basically the information that's going to offer you. So here is some information about the current location that we are going through. And by the way, that's KLIA. This is just fantastic, and you can get all the information about which site or location you're flying over. You'll get all the details. This is just a magnificent feature, and this is just awesome 3D mapping. Already ordered Hindu non-veg, and that's been just served. So it has got some parathas.
Butter chicken with lemon rice.
Okay, butter chicken with lemon rice.
With some halwa.
Okay, so as dessert there is some halwa. Okay, that's fantastic. With a
There's
nice
a
salad and a baguette, a bread, basically a bread roll.
salad dressing.
Salad dressing, some spread, canola spread, and a diet coffee. There are two options. One is chicken option and one is fish. I think probably I'm going for the fish so that I can try the fish and Orodimus chicken. So Orodimus, and I've got this fish noodles. So this is a fish noodles. I've got a bread as well, and I've got a cheesecake, and I think it's a quinoa salad. So overall, this is looking really nice. Fish with noodles, and this is, I have just tried this. And this is a little bit bland side, so it requires some seasoning. But otherwise, it's a very big portion of fish and some fresh vegetables, boiled vegetables. So overall, it's very nice. Also, I tried Orodima's lemon rice with butter chicken, and that was really delicious. But I wanted to go for fish because then I can show both the dishes that are on offer, and the bread and the cheesecake and the quinoa salads are also nice. They're very standard. So in general, I would say 8 out of 10. So this is the quinoa salad. I'm going to try. It's very nice salad, well seasoned. Yeah, I would say it's very nicely complementing the fish actually, rather than the noodles. So yeah, the food is very nice. This is actually, I think it's a panna cotta. So it's like wobbly panna cotta, nicely made. So I'll just try it a bit. Oh, this is fantastic. I think this is the best in out of all these 3 dishes that I'm trying on this flight. This is really lovely, and it has got raspberry jam on top, and the panna cotta is very nice. I think it's a fruit cake, and I'll try a little bit. It's like a carrot cake with some pineapple, like caramelized pineapple on top. So this is very nice, very soft cake, topping with fresh pineapple pieces and caramelized. Very nice, very nice. You should try this. So I would say overall the food was really nice, and I would say it's 9 out of 10, and the portions were really nice. And now we have got some black coffee, and I think probably people will try to sleep now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Probably I'm going to watch Maria. That's Angelina Jolie's film. That's something that's available on this system, so which I want to watch. So I'll be watching that for next couple of hours, and I'll then start vlogging again, as they might be giving us some snacks, or we will start our descent to Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much for watching this vlog until this point, and I really appreciate your interest and watching our video almost full length. And so we have another 4.5 hours to go before we can land at Kuala Lumpur. And most of the journey until now, obviously, it's crossing Australia as usual, but we are nearly done now. We will be continuing over Singapore and then landing at Kuala Lumpur. So while we'll be passing by Singapore, maybe I'll be able to capture some of the finest footage over Singapore. Let's see. And so far it has been a fantastic journey, and outside it's always grand. The pictures, this is just heavenly. This is like, whenever we fly over Australia, it feels like we are flying over Mars. It's so different. Let me show you the cockpit view, and this is the cockpit view, and we are like 37,920 feet above the sea level, 11,556 meter, and our speed is 857 kilometer per hour. So this is the right window as we are watching this, and if I follow the plane path, this is what we are enjoying so far. Daytime flight over Australia is just fantastic because you can get to see the finest, amazing natural beauty of Outback Australia and from above, which is just amazing. So this is Broome, and very soon we're going to cross over Broome. Look at this, we are actually leaving Australia, and the coastline, I think this is the best part of this journey. How fantastic is this? This is just amazing. This is the North Australia, Northern Territory shoreline. It's gigantic, but also fragmented, scattered islands and peninsulas. This is just fantastic, isn't it? And look at the color. This is wow. I'm really speechless. I can't really describe this in good words. It is cinematic. And our current location is here. Another 3 hours and 58 minutes, so almost 4 hours left to go, but this is probably the best part. And this is Broome. Probably we can't see the Broome, maybe we can actually if we go to the left window. Yeah, so on the left hand side people are watching Broome. Wow, this is gigantic. So great. Look at the cockpit view. It's all ocean in front, and this is going to be for next couple of hours until we start to look through Singapore and Malaysian Peninsula and islands. We are passing by Bali, Denpasar, and look at this. This is Bali. This island is Bali. There's so much turbulence that at the moment the diversion is leading us to put the seatbelt on, and they have suspended serving hot snacks for the evening. So we are not going to get that in time. And also the time is also getting added to the flight time. Basically, we have a flight to catch from Kuala Lumpur to Colombo, and that's something is going to be a bit tricky because this is getting delayed. This flight is getting delayed due to very bad weather near Denpasar and over Indonesia. Snacks. So in a very turbulent condition, they started giving us snacks. So we have got our snacks finally, and that's a chicken ciabatta. So inside we have this chicken ciabatta and some diet coke. This chicken ciabatta was made in Queensland, Australia. Try the chicken ciabatta a little bit. It's a very nice snack. Yeah, so it's added to the already good food on board. Hello, good afternoon, and we are continuing our journey smoothly now to Kuala Lumpur. We were supposed to be landing at 7:30 local time in Kuala Lumpur, and we still have 1 hour and 20 minutes to fly. So we are kind of like on track, and we'll be arriving in good time. And so let me show you where we are at the moment. If I zoom out, this is where Kuala Lumpur is. We are passing by Singapore, obviously, and in maybe an hour time we will be able to see Singapore. If weather is clear and if it's not cloudy, I might be able to capture some glimpse of Singapore. Otherwise, as mentioned, we have 1 hour and 23 minutes to go local time in origin, and we have traveled 5,436 kilometers. MH Studio Kids Modes map. How wonderful this is. This is really great software system, the infotainment system that they have on board. A kangaroo to orangutan and to elephant. Oh, there is a kiwi as well representing New Zealand. That is fantastic. And then they have camels and lions in Africa, giraffe, and Europe has got fox. Is it fox?
Yeah.
And then there are tigers. Wow, and then Alaska, we have got this grizzly bear, and we have Antarctica, penguins. Wow, this is a brilliant infotainment system, probably one of the best that we experienced, if not the best. It has been a fantastic flight with Malaysia Airlines MH148 from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur, and we'll definitely fly with Malaysia Airlines again, while especially going to India. We are flying over Singapore. Over Kuala Lumpur, the weather is just extremely bad. Hello, good evening from Kuala Lumpur Airport. We arrived from Melbourne, and please continue this journey with us while we travel from Kuala Lumpur to Colombo, and this will be our first time in Sri Lanka, so please stay tuned. It will be exciting. So finally we're at our gate, gate number H08 at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, waiting for our flight to Colombo MH179. This is going to be another 4 hours journey, and so we landed from Melbourne and we're waiting for this next slab of our journey. So we are tired, but we're also very excited because this is the first time we have the opportunity to go to Sri Lanka, and so please stay tuned while we capture a little bit of experience again on MH179. This is becoming a long in-flight vlog starting from Melbourne to Colombo. So now we are on our way to our MH179. We are on board our aircraft, and I was actually wrong because it is a completely full flight. It's jam-packed. And this one is a Boeing 737 MAX. Wow, that's the famous one. Hopefully it will be a safe flight. We also have salted peanuts on our flight from Kuala Lumpur to Colombo. Ornima also booked a special meal, and I think it smells very similar to the butter chicken one, right? And it has got a salad bowl, and also there is a dessert, I think. It's like, what is it? It's like, it could be like a cake, and it's a paratha as well. So this was Arunima's meal and chicken curry and with some vegetables, and so it's also looking delicious and taste also very good. Got chicken biryani, so I'll just open up and I'll show you. So here we go, we have chicken biryani and there is a paratha, and I think this is kind of like a halwa, a salad dressing, and the chicken biryani is looking really delicious, smells really nice. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. I think there are different time zones of people that will be watching this video after 37 hours from Hobart. We just arrived. It says welcome to Sri Lanka, and it was very smooth. The immigration was smooth, and taking a local SIM was even smoother. Luggage was out within 10 minutes, and everything was very professionally done, and we are very ready. And now we need to go to our hotel and take rest. Hope you enjoyed this vlog flying from Melbourne to Sri Lanka. So please stay tuned, and there will be a lot more exciting videos coming over the next few weeks. Thank you very much for watching our travel videos. Goodbye until the next video.